right here. So I'm like,
Yeah, that's
listening.
what I'm saying.
And I think that that's why my parents' marriage has been like 30 plus 5 years because they don't wait.
I don't
And
wait.
then just like,
And it was very annoying for my husband, believe me.
Yeah.
yeah.
But because like, why can't you just give me some time? And like, bleh. They said, look, Alex, because it just gets cold. It just doesn't even matter anymore. You have to right now acknowledge
Yeah.
what you said to me was wrong. And I'm going to acknowledge what I said to you wrong. Like, look, it's okay to be mad. It's okay that I messed up. This is what I tell them. But let me be wrong. If I messed up and you're yelling at me and yeah, give me some space, we are doing we're not doing it right.
Mhm.
Because first of all, if I'm wrong and then you could, it's like when you start and the other one follows. Okay, you gotta let that person be wrong and you don't talk back. Alex was like coming from a toxic relationship. His need was argue back to me, and I'm the opposite of that. I don't argue back. So I would be like, okay, Alex, you know, stop yelling at me. It's okay to be mad. I did fuck up. Let me tell you I'm sorry. But no, in the beginning, he would like, pass, pass, pass. And then I would not say nothing back. Why you not saying anything? Dije, Alex, because there's no point. Calm down. It's okay to be mad. I messed up. But if you continue doing this, I'm the one who did wrong. Let me be wrong and let me apologize.
Mm-hmm.
But if you yelling at me, what happens?
We're not gonna go
It goes
anywhere.
back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So what is the
Yelling.
point? What is the point for that? So just let me be wrong, or the opposite, right? If he messed up, I'm not gonna be talking back. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna let you realize you're wrong, but I'm gonna tell you. I tell him why you did wrong, and then but just give me some space. No, I can't give you space. Like it's not gonna work if I give you space.
Mm-hmm.
That's my answer.
I mean, that's the thing what you have to see is if you really love something, you have to fight for it. That's pretty
Yeah.
bottom line.
Yeah.
If you don't fight for it, you really don't want that shit.
But I mean, if two people are fighting equal, two people.
Or
and
tell me
has
what
to
will
be,
you
like,
wait?
Healthy.
What do you think is best when you have to wait
I
until
was
you calm down?
probably waiting. So and I speak for all the girls out there.
Hmm.
So you could see the fucking red flags that you ignored in the beginning.
Amen.
But do you,
Because you're so like you said, people are like so like number one, they're scared to get to knowing each other themselves and just be like alone by
Be
themselves.
single. People don't date
Hold up.
themselves no more.
Or
What the
like
hell?
yeah, like
Father,
please, like you know, like I can't even. I love my girlfriends, but sometimes I'm just like
it's just
like
that people
the-
are
the-
afraid to
the-
get vulnerable. You know,
yeah.
most people aren't afraid to love, right? We're programmed to find love. Everybody's in a relationship.
They're in
Yeah.
an egoic. It's a very ego
But
thing.
we're
and,
afraid not to
But
be
if
loved
it
back.
works for you to wait, I mean, you asked me how I did it as my answer. But
Yeah.
if it works for everyone else to wait
So
and
this
pull
is
love,
advice how to keep a relationship successful, right? Finding one and then getting past those first stages is a little more difficult. But this is
have
how
the
you,
patience.
yeah,
Hey,
if you
man.
really want long term, like this is what you need to do, you know?
If you want to look into what your relationship's gonna look like, look at how he
If
treats
you don't
his
have
family.
patience, tolerance, we live in a world with losing values.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
And patience and tolerance goes in a relationship with your love partner, in a relationship in business, and
Yeah.
a relationship as a friends.
Yeah.
So because we all can tolerate, or like nowadays you'll be like, oh, look how she acting. Wait, tolerate that, because guess what? She likes to be like that, but you don't like it. What you have to do? Tolerate, no judgment, and accept it. And what do we do nowadays? We judge, judge, judge,
Yeah,
judge.
criticize,
We have to
judge.
have tolerance, values, tolerance, patience, respect, and comprehending the accept that what you tolerating. Like maybe you be like, Vika's like this, like this. I don't like when she does that. But he tolerates it and he accepts it because he knows that's a value. And I don't like what, let's just say we like besties, right? And you're my best friend, and you're like, girl, I don't like when you act like this, when you burst like this. But I respect you, I love you, but I'm just being honest. I don't like it. I tolerate it and I accept it. But I don't like it.
And it's not only just with romantic relationships. I think
Yeah.
that people
Yeah, with
have
people.
become they just throw people away. They're like, oh,
Mhm.
this doesn't work for me. Throw you away. Or
Quitters,
because they think
giving
that,
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just think, or like, oh, maybe I can find other friends on like that. But that's not
Yeah,
how
but
that
I also-
works either, because nothing is perfect. And like the
Yeah,
fact
No,
that
of course.
But I also believe there comes a point where you need to protect your peace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes a relationship doesn't work out because you two really aren't built for each other, and sometimes a friendship doesn't work out because it really isn't gonna work out. You know what I mean?
You protect your peace, but you also have to unite your peace with
Yes.
the other person
I say
and comprehend the other peace.
I say protect your peace, but also know like
Your
the-
limits.
like know the difference between someone being a bad person and someone that just is having like a
Misunderstood.
We
Yeah,
were
being
talking about
misunderstood,
were
you know.
Were we in the topic of, because this can go long. We're not talking about domestic violence or negative
No.
bad things like that. We're just in general.
yeah, just in general.
Respecting yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
How to be a partner. I think a lot of times what's happening is that we do have that. I have options, right?
Mhm.
And I think that's why people give up so easily. Like they think there's like 1,000. From a man's perspective, it's very difficult for a man to be in a relationship, like the average man, right? Say like a guy that makes 50 grand a year, a guy that maybe doesn't have all his stuff together. If he's trying to get in a relationship, most of the girls are not gonna pay him attention. They're not. They're just not. Y'all are more attracted to success, attracted to winners, men that already have their shit together. You know, in a sense.
I kind of found this one, and this one's pretty
Find a
accurate.
man who has passed his sex craving stage, who craves for a peace of mind, financial stability, etc.
Because if you don't have like that discipline within
Yeah,
yourself,
discipline.
that every human, like women, and not only women have hormones, men have hormones, we have them all at different levels, but if you don't master yourself and you don't discipline yourself, it's better for nobody to be in a relationship.
I mean,
because you're not
discipline
gonna
goes
have,
across all like angles of your life, right? Your financial, right? Your physical, even your mental and your spiritual. All those things take a lot of tedious things every fucking day that you have to do.
And you have to have patience.
Yeah, very true. You have to be patient with yourself, and then you can give patience to everybody else. If you don't have to be patient with yourself, you give up on yourself.
Bro, you are not ready for a
Nowadays,
relationship.
they call it peace, but it's actually patience.
Yeah,
Because in order for you to have peace, you have to have patience to get to that point for the peace.
yeah. I mean, and there's a fine line, right? There's one side where people are like, okay, I gotta protect my energy, I gotta protect my peace, and then there's another side where they just won't tolerate anything from anybody if it doesn't agree with their view, right? So if it makes them uncomfortable, like, damn, I don't like that. All right, you're disturbing my peace. But in reality, you have to be able to take constructive criticism, give yourself.
It takes a little bit of uncomfortability to grow.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you have
and
to.
and vulnerability, and that's what we're afraid of. We're afraid of being vulnerable.
You know how that saying says that you have to have gray skies to have brighter days. That's unfortunate.
unfortunately, try to save a lot of girls' heartbreak, but sometimes they're gonna appreciate that good guy, after they go and kiss so many frogs.
1,000%.
Mhm.
But
Like,
that's
dude,
one.
you have to be a
That's one of
douche
our
both
modern
ways.
dilemmas. You know that, right?
Oh, the whole modern women thing.
Ain't nobody
Yeah.
want that damn frog.
You
but
been
think
around the
You
block.
already knew it.
No, but this is one of the dilemmas of a modern day, right? The modern day man is lazy, Netflix, porn addiction, sex addiction, food, whatever the fuck. He's lazy.
Raspberry vape
Yeah,
addiction.
And see,
uh-huh.
yeah. So that's both
That
men and
makes
women.
your breath stink.
And then you have the modern woman, right? So the modern woman will date, right? They call it dating, but in reality it's just sex, body, and then finally, okay, I had my fun. Now I want a nice guy. The guys that you passed on in your 20s, 21, 22, 23, 24, you get to 30, you're like, oh shit, okay, time to settle down. And then at that point, now you're competing with a girl that's 21, 22, 23, that's very attractive, has the energy, has birth bearing years in front of her.
Same, man. Just build yourself up before you go date.
Yeah, for sure. And it doesn't, and
I mean, not necessarily everybody's like that, because when I was young, I was in a long relationship, so I had to be single now because I was with somebody when I was. Now,
yeah, but
I
that's an
wouldn't.
exception.
I was like, I don't think that people should date when I was that young, because I got from 19 to maybe like her age, like 27. So you're getting to know yourself at that age, and preferably that's the time where you date yourself, and then later, you know what I'm
But
saying?
we don't do that.
You were young to
Yeah,
start a
I
long
was
relationship.
young, yeah.
But people don't do that though. They don't take time. Okay, I gotta learn about myself. What do I like? What do I dislike?
People don't do that.
What are my values? What do I things I want in a man? Things I want in a woman? They don't do that when they're younger.
I think we tend to care about the others before us, and now in this generation or these new years, new times, we are trying to have a peace, like we saying first in yourself. And back then, your mom didn't have the chance, or mom
Hell
didn't have the
no.
chance to have that. Now we finally got the chance to love ourselves, and like you say, date yourself first. Like, get to know yourself first, and like you see, you had a relationship at a young age, and it was a long relationship. My first marriage, I got married at 19 years old.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So and I got separated. Like, my son was 2 years old. I was 23, and I got married at 19. So, with that being said, like, maybe we were not ready.
I just think
We
we're
didn't
just
have our
become
peace.
colder. We become colder as humans, because we have so much knowledge. Like at the touch of a finger, I know.
To make it logical,
Yeah.
and not be in your emotions.
And we kind of like, we put our emotions, we suppress them all, and we don't have the capacity to love anybody, right? If you don't have that capacity, if you never love yourself, really, you can't love anybody else. At the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
you could be with somebody for like an X amount of years, and if you see
It's
that,
an illusion.
yeah, and if that they're wounded and they haven't really gotten over whatever, they're never gonna be able to fully love you. You can stick by them year after year, but until they change themselves, you won't be able to. And now, if you're working on it together and it's growth, that's different.
See, that's one thing when you were saying, like, people get into relationships and then it gets hard and then they break up with each other, right?
They give up.
I kind of agree and don't agree with that, because a lot of these relationships that they give up on, these people don't even love themselves. Like, there's a lot of people who are still married.
But that's where you decide that you have that patience, tolerance,
Mhm.
and to
It's a choice.
to
You don't
be
wake
there.
up. You don't
Mhm.
wake up every single day perfect and loving your. Some days you have love, and some days it's a choice. Choosing the person and respecting the person because you don't want to hurt them.
But
Yeah.
you know where the
And
But you
you
answer
gotta
yourself.
work.
You answer yourself because you said they don't love themselves. But if you really love that person, you're gonna have the patience to wait for them to love themselves, or help them,
Yeah, that's
or
what I'm
help
saying.
them love themselves.
If-
That's true.
That's
And
what
then
I'm saying.
that may make you bond more with him or her,
I
whatever
like
your
I will-
preferences.
well, I'm
I
saying,
like how
like-
you talk.
I would just
For real?
Yeah.
Thank you.
like, I don't know. To me, I'm like, if you're feeling like, I don't know, I just feel like you cannot work on yourself
While you're working
Wow.
on somebody else.
While
Yes,
you
you
work-
can.
while you're working on
Yes, you
somebody
can.
else.
because there's gonna
It's
be parts
better.
of the marriage that are
I
like
think
that.
I think it's challenging, but I think it's possible. But because you have to, you just have to declutter your mind, and you have a little bit more of that glass to fill
Clutter.
it up.
That's what I said. When you with that person, you gotta ask yourself, do you see yourself? You say when people talk to you about the five year plan. So think about it like that, but put 3 years. So in 3 years, do you see yourself with this man or girl, whatever your sexual preference is,
Yeah.
everyone. So you're gonna ask yourself, do I really see myself with this person?
In a couple
So,
of years.
and then,
whatever,
yeah.
You see potential.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
might say, oh my God, they don't love themselves. So, ni modo, I'm just gonna go away. But no, if you really love that person and you're willing to have the patience, the tolerance, and the love for that person, it's better that maybe that person needs your help to love themselves.
Yeah, 100.
Maybe that person needed you in his life because you're gonna help him love himself. But what do we do nowadays? Oh, what others do? They just give up quickly. That you
Yeah.
don't love himself. Bye.
I know, but
What are the
to
next
me,
one?
I'm just like,
That's not the point.
you're
Like, what's that?
struggling to love yourself,
But
and
at
you
what
want me to
point-
help you. Boy, I'm trying to love myself too.
But-
What are you
listen,
talking
at
about?
what
You
point,
want-
though?
Yeah,
At what
it-
point?
Oh, yes.
There's a,
At what point does
what
it become
point do
slavery?
No more than a year,
It becomes
please.
slavery.
No more than a year.
then they would thank you. At 6
That's
months
free
to a
labor.
year, you know
6
if you
months.
want to be.
Good question.
I'm not your
You know,
therapist.
it's,
question.
it's also on us as an individual to understand how to analyze people, learn psychology, learn how to ask the right questions, learn how to ask important questions. Fuck the dates. Fuck going to eat sushi, right? Go and actually chill at the park and get like a list of things that you want in your partner, right? Ask them where they're going, where their head's at. Because if you don't analyze, like it's important in the first 3 months to really
Analyze.
ask.
3 months, yes.
Yeah.
That's the
3
key
month rule.
Analyze.
Yeah, you have to analyze and you have to read their if they mean it, right? Read and look
You
at
have
their
to
faces.
group your thoughts, regroup your thoughts, analyze,
I usually,
execute.
Yeah.
I mean, women need to have women and men because it's about women too. You have to kind of center yourself and ground yourself because the feelings are gonna be there, and you're gonna wanna. And then the woman gets attached. There's oxytocin.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she confuses that attachment and sex with the oxytocin, which what could be a feeling, which is just the attachment after the sexual experience.
Amiga,
So-
no everybody's that smart like you. Tell the audience what that means.
It just means
It's
that.
a chemical that you
it-
release. Yeah.
But what's the chemical that the man? Because it's a different one, but doesn't really affect.
Probably, I mean,
Testosterone.
testosterone.
Yes.
Yeah, but no.
Pheromones. Pheromones.
Yeah,
Well, pheromones are part of. We both have them, right? And
Yes.
But that's only in the moment though. The
Yeah.
woman carries oxytocin after, and she feels it's a confusion. She feels that it's the
your
attachment.
face.
It's the attachment that you have after the bonding of the sexual experience, and
You
you might
remember.
feel that you have, feelings, but it's that.
Yeah.
Love
It's the
is
oxytocin.
love is blind, but sex is blinding. Don't have sex.
We're
One-
not
one
worried
thing
about
about-
you because you have
one
the
thing
dad.
about
I picked her up
relationship-
just for 5 minutes. I was
Let
like,
me
okay,
tell you
she's
one
good.
thing.
I've been celibate for too long.
You have to have a lot of sex
Yeah.
in your relationship, and now you're fucked.
And
Yeah,
then
that's part of that's. You want another advice or 10 years of marriage?
yeah.
No, que eso que one every 15 days. ¿Qué es eso?
Right.
Try to do it
Listen,
every
ladies.
day.
Okay,
Ladies,
haven't-
do not
been
hold
married.
sex as
Yeah, please.
slave. What is it?
Oh,
Slave.
yeah.
What's the?
Blackmailing.
Yeah,
Blackmailing. Like,
You have to.
What?
Marriage or situations,
Contraband.
relationships, it's a job.
So,
It is a job.
the secret sauce of 15 years marriage or 10?
10.
A whole lot of
Okay,
sex.
How many times do you have sex? Once a day?
If it's possible, every day.
Damn.
4, 15 minutes? Or?
Minimum 4 or 5 times a week, because Saturday and Sunday the kids come to bed.
Okay.
Mommy, good
Damn,
morning.
girl.
Let's go get
20
pancakes.
minutes, 45 minutes.
I guess the kids before you go to work, and you work really good.
You're describing my shit schedule.
Thank God he go to work at
Guilty
9 and me
pleasure.
too. So after dropping off the kids, we have 45 minutes. Very well
Oh,
worth it.
Okay.
fun.
Yeah, like you know what?
It's penciled in the schedule.
If my friend is what will watch this podcast, I'm gonna send it to her. I'm not gonna say names. She knows who she is. She asked me once, like, Vika, how do you do it? You really been with Alex for so long. I like how you guys look, how you guys bond, that you guys are cool. And then I was like, what is one of the keys? And my first thought, because yo soy me vale
Sex.
madre,
Yeah.
me vale madre, and I say what I'm thinking. I have no filter.
Hanky panky.
So I told her,
Hanky panky.
have sex every day, but sometimes I'm tired. Le dije, nope, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
If you have a
thank you.
headache,
You got
Sex-
working hands, girl.
sex takes it away.
Oh,
If-
yeah, it is.
If you're
yeah.
tired, have sex because you're gonna sleep better. Like, just have a lot of sex. And believe me, and I saw her in another moment, and she told me, Vika, fuck, man,
It's
I
glowing.
did. If you there, I love you, amiga. And she was like, man, I really love that advice, and my relationship has swift in a way that I didn't expect it, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
And it's like once a week, one every 15 days. No, mujer. Go take a shower, shave, take your pelos out, whatever.
Shave.
And and then you think like he don't want it? Believe me.
He will pay, ladies, he will pay for that $80 bikini. Black. Or whatever you
Do whatever you have to do, whatever he likes it, or she or he.
Every man I've been with, I said, either you deal with the hair or you get none.
80
All in your armpits or what?
Men don't care. Men don't care. You see?
$80. They
Guys,
don't care about
you
that.
see?
No, look, listen. 90% of the shit y'all do for like cosmetic purposes, a man does not give a fuck about. You do that for yourself.
Amen.
Just save the money.
90%.
Yeah, you don't need
My
the,
husband says
you don't
the
need the
same.
lashes, you don't need the
I
nails,
don't
you don't
like
need the
the nails.
toenails, you don't need
I don't
the
do my nails.
fake hair, you don't
No,
need the
but
fake
like-
tits, you don't
But
need the
like
fake
the
lips.
nail, but
That's
the
true.
nail thing is
I
like
drew
a
this shit on.
cleanliness thing. Because
No,
not everybody has
We
like,
do that
I
because
like
we
the-
like it. Because you know what-
colors, the
yeah, but
fashion.
what he's saying is true. Like
They don't care.
They
No,
don't care.
some men really.
Who?
Some men really.
Good,
You-
the
you
guys
know-
that have
you know
nicer,
what?
nicer nails than
Hey,
you?
let me ask you this, because we're talking about, all opinions here. They don't care about nothing but what about lingerie.
Lingerie, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I knew it. My
Yeah.
husband will answer the same.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
like a,
care.
it's
Hey,
a
they
trigger.
don't, and then
It's
you
a trigger, yeah.
Put the tongue on the side, the ladito.
Hey, whoa!
I told you I have no filter.
Some
Don't
guys do
invite
like,
me again.
some guys do prefer like bigger boobs. So I
Oh yeah, but okay.
That's different.
It's a
That's
if or
okay. So
or.
so,
another
but
it's
they
a-
don't want it.
we're
even
visionary.
bigger.
We're visual. creatures, right? Vi-
Visual creature.
Yeah, no, we're visual, right? So what we see right now in the moment, yes, right there. But are we gonna marry that girl or gonna be in a relationship? Fuck no. That does not matter long term. None of the all those looks, none of that matters.
None of
Like
that
the only thing that biologically we're attracted to is hips, right? Because I know she's gonna have a healthy child of mine, right? So that's what we're attracted to. That's it's a biological thing. But the rest of the stuff, like the fake tits and the lips and all that, that goes away. Like you're interested. It's like a dog chasing a car. Once you get it, you don't want it anymore.
You ask my man what he likes the
Dog
most
chasing a
about my
car.
body is my ass.
Yeah. See that, and a lot of those things, like this is what people don't understand. Like looks, when it comes to a relationship.
And he
when
goes
it
to
comes-
guys too, though.
Yeah.
He goes to guys too
What about the
because,
looks?
like, what I have with, if I speak from my own relationship right now, what I have with him is about how cool we are with each other.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
I
what-
remember people used to tell me, like, my history of ex-boyfriends or whatever is so cute, so metrosexual, whatever that if. So, and then because my friend,
You love that.
right? My friends would tell me, like, I love my man, right? Don't hear this in the wrong way, nobody. But it would be
I'll
like,
edit it out.
how
Lex,
you,
don't worry.
how you gonna be with him? I mean, I don't know. I think you're too pretty for him. Like, it's not about being pretty.
It's not.
It's about me and him when we you know we connect, we have chemistry, we understand each other. I mean, he knows he break dance and then I go after and then he freestyle, I freestyle after. Like it's about the connection. So
Yeah.
if people would tell me, or maybe they told Alex, oh, I don't think she's too cute. Or they would tell me, I don't think you're too cute for him. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, you know.
Personalities, everything, baby.
Yeah, 'cause that was gonna go away. Like if I never complain about like, ay, estoy bien gorda, all this, you know, all this like I'm so fat, whatever. He was like, I don't care, you know, I love you who you are.
And personality is important. You know, that's like really big in the industry. Like, I don't care how tall, how skinny, how beautiful you are as a model. If you got a horrible attitude,
Yeah.
blacklisted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Having the
Probably
best picture on Instagram, it doesn't let you be a shitty person. I mean,
Mhm.
less shitty person, you know.
But that's what people get confused now. They think social media is real world. It's fucking.
What about like? What
They
would
think
you
the news
say-
is real world. What are you talking about?
What about the modern woman thing? How do you
Oh.
like when you? Because I know you're around a lot of them in the club scene.
A whole lot of
The
them.
modern
And
women.
Yeah.
These ones.
I love you.
No, but I think you're talking about more like 21, 22, 23.
Girl, they all look like
Like
that.
Yeah.
18 to 28 probably. It's a modern woman. Even you can actually push it maybe a little bit more because
More than 28?
since the internet
Like
came
this-
around
the
in a way,
divorce.
it's changed since Kim
Yeah.
K got popular.
Yeah.
Because look, there's two feminist movements. The original one, right, started in like
This.
the 30s. That was because they wanted equality. They actually wanted to make us, just the wage gap was very important. That was actually a movement. The new one,
What year was that one?
1930 something,
Okay.
1933 or
Okay.
something
They
like
gave
that.
us. They let us vote.
Yeah,
They gave blacks the right to vote before they gave women the right to vote.
yeah. I mean, women used to be viewed as property.
Mm-hmm.
And but this is what's crazy, right? It started off as a movement, and then the Rockefeller Foundation, they kind of like kidnapped the movement, and they changed it because they wanted people. They wanted y'all to pay taxes.
Mm.
So then they're like, okay, I have his money, now I want her money. Now they have a child, I want his child to learn what I'm gonna teach him. So then they funded it, the feminist movement, and this is when all this shit changed, and it was like, and then our society, because if you look at the last time we had a real president, last time we were united was like in 1960s, right? And that's when we had John F. Kennedy, the Vietnam War, and everybody was also psychedelics helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But whenever the feminist movement went from actual good movement, it shifted over to like money. I mean, at the end of the day, it's greed. That
Mhm.
completely fucked up the whole dynamic of male to female relationships.
So the next one after the 1930s is you're talking about now,
Now,
like the Kardashian
Yeah.
type feminist
Yeah.
movement.
now this one is more about sexualizing yourself for power,
Yes.
right? They've
Yes.
normalized
Right,
it.
like WAP and everybody's saying that
Yeah.
that's
Well, no,
female
Then let's
empowerment.
just say Kim K
Yeah.
got famous off of what?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And she's rich and they applaud her and they give her endorsement deals, and like all our young women from that point on.
Yeah. It's
Hey.
not wrong to show your body if you're
Yeah.
doing it for money.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying. And what's happening at the same time is a losing battle, because you're sexualizing yourself. You're showing your skin. You're having sex with guys that don't give a fuck about you, and that guy's not gonna marry you. There's not guy's not gonna be in a relationship with you. And at the same time, these guys are idolizing women that look a certain way, and they're getting.
Bro,
it's like
it's
disrupting their nervous system.
Bro,
Yeah.
no,
to be
you know,
honest.
the more you do that, like, I believe the more you do that, like, that's why these people turn to, like, child pornography. That's why these people
100%.
turn
So,
to
yeah,
BDSM
yeah.
because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
become so numb. They become so desensitized.
Yeah.
They got to find something that gives them that rush. What's
So
going to give me the
that
next
serial
rush?
killer talked about that. What's his
Mhm. It's
I
all
just-
spiritual,
Paul-
baby.
I want to talk
Paul
about,
Bundy, I think was his name,
Yeah,
or
but
Jeffrey.
Let's
Dahmer.
talk about uniting.
Let's just talk about the women. We went off there.
Oh no, okay. What was this?
It was like
We're talking about relationships.
we were talking about like the feminist movement. How everybody's now is like
It's like
being like
sexualizing.
it's like kind of like it's conflicting sometimes because you want to be a pretty girl and maybe like dance and you want to be yourself, but then it's also tricky.
Well, there's different ways of dancing. There's different ways of dressing, right?
Yeah.
If you think that you need to show skin to be a man to be attracted to you, that's not true, right?
Mhm.
A man looks at a woman and he's already admired. He looks at eyes. He looks at hair. He doesn't need the tits. You
In
know what I'm
that
saying?
aspect, we also I don't think if I show skin, I'm not doing it for nobody
No,
else.
that's
I'm not even doing it for him. I'm doing it because I just feel cute.
Yeah.
You know? And that's
what-
valid.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about the younger generation that thinks that is a
That's what they
necessity.
need.
That-
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
That's
know?
what, yeah.
And that comes from insecurities. That comes
Yes.
from us like getting our validation from external
How
sources.
do they get all that money to pay for all that?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Sugar
I
baby,
also a
sugar
lot.
daddies.
Sugar daddy.
Because I was like,
OnlyFans.
the lips are 600. The BBL, God knows how much it
Like
costs.
1,200, right? I don't know. Maybe they go to Colombia.
I mean,
I don't even
it's
know.
all
I'm like,
that.
how do you put all that effort for just to? I don't know. I don't think I can.
Because
yeah.
from because
I mean, you don't need it. You don't.
it's because nowadays nobody's taught to love themselves. Everybody's taught to change what they don't love about
Yeah,
themselves.
everything you don't like about yourself, you could change it. You could change your nose. You could change your
Bruh.
vision.
Just
you could change your
embrace it,
teeth.
man. Just embrace it.
Everything you don't like, everything you don't like about yourself, you're changing. And you don't just sit in there like, okay, I'm badass. Being confident. See, this is the fucking where it turns on its head, right? Being confident in your own skin, you can look however you want. That's a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
But what we do now is, if it, like say dad bods, they encourage dad bods. They just want us to buy more of their fucking food.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah.
people like Lizzo, right? Completely like I don't know what,
Yeah, not okay.
you know, and they encourage that to the rest of the population. Okay, eat what you want, and you're still a queen.
Mm.
It's literally unhealthy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I guess you're just trying to promote that even doing the unhealthy stuff, that
Doesn't
you can
matter.
still love yourself.
Yeah,
I don't
but-
agree with it.
yeah,
I'm just
it-
saying that's how I see her.
yeah, it's all connected in the same agenda, right?
Yes.
And like it all moves. It all moves
I
like.
always listen to Lizzo music, and I thought it was so great, and I love it until I saw her endorsements about like her Instacart and her shopping, and then that's when I saw a picture of her, and I was like, that's not okay. Like I hadn't
All
paid attention to
all
how
that shit is connected.
Yeah.
Big
She was
pharma is
just
connected to the food
big
Big
industry.
pharma, yes.
Yeah, it's all
The
connected to the same
FDA.
thing.
Bro, the FDA is literally. I do not want to commit suicide, by the way. Let me just disclose that. I believe that.
okay.
We'll talk to the other Catholics.
I believe that the FDA is here not to regulate our food, but as population control.
Yeah.
Because, bruh, I went to China in 2020 right before the world shut down, and I remember walking around that biatch like, man, as soon as America starts using QR codes, we're done. We're turning into China. I come back, QR code this, and I was like,
Yeah.
Like I thought I was still in.
No, but she's right about the population control. Because think about what we're encouraging.
I mean,
Also,
I do agree with that.
because think about less and less babies are being born, especially by American women, right? And less So whenever you have more of the men are becoming fucking soft and girly, right?
They found traces of like chemicals in the water that are making men grow estrogen.
Like estrogen?
More, yes, because they're literally, yes, I shit you not. You need to drink
So
alkaline water.
let's summarize it. This is what we're gonna summarize, right? You put men more female, female more male, and then you become like now